against them tripping. But there are more fights to come underway. We've got GENG Mobile 1 versus Team Whoppa up next. This is another one of those situations like Taco was talking about, where it's like you jump on into it and you're faced with one of the top 4 teams.
Yeah, like you said, you're feeling really good. You're 2-0 at this point, right? I mean, it's 1 and you are in to the Sunday bracket. And if you thought last game was going up against a brick wall, I don't even know what to say that this GENG Mobile 1 squad is. They have been first or second in everything that they've done so far, and the only time that they've lost is when they've lost to Misfits. So I would look out for what this team is going to do. Coming up here on stream, ready to show out, even with Cloudy on the roster, that's fine. They don't care, and I think they're still going to dominate.
Oh, well, we're going to find out shortly here. I think teams are getting onto the field already, so it's totally fair for us to start hopping into predictions. Taco, is it a hot take or one of the coldest takes ever I'm about to watch you do?
Sub-Zero, GENG very much so being the winner here, mainly just because this team has shown, even with roster changes, they can still dominate. People saw maybe on Twitter, Kate has announced as the new third. That's awesome. That's the third that they've been playing with. That's the third that they won a LAN with. But now they have Cloudy in, and for new people, they're saying, well, it's a sub. Cloudy's insane. They've won Grand Finals with her before. They will probably continue in the future in many competitions if need be. GENG definitely the favorites for this one.
Yeah, I mean, quite honestly, Courtney being one of the best players in all of the WCB, it almost doesn't matter what team you put her on. You're probably going to end up with an incredibly talented roster. I don't think that the rest of the roster really... They're a solid team as well. There's absolutely no reason they can't take a game in this series as well. A fresh 5 minutes on the clock, a 0-0 scoreline. A neutral kickoff will go to Courtney to the backboard, looking for the double, and Lilo's there on the save.
You are 2-0 for a reason, and this is the round where you start proving it. Winner gets into main event and gets the highest possible seed for tomorrow, but as for right now, you got to make sure you really do clean it all up. Lilo trying to get on this one, not going to work out. Dacre able to just get in time to glance that one to the side.
Courtney out to Dacre to throw this one in front of the box. Might they make a second save? No, they will not. Bella will come in and clean that one up for GENG, and Courtney with the perfect control. Dacre doing absolutely everything that they can to make that save, but when you're stuck in that situation, you just got to cross your fingers and hope.
And it's one of those situations where even when Courtney's not scoring, it gets close enough where it just leads to a goal anyway. The ball on the sidewall gets pinched forward to set up the air dribble. That beats one defender. The next delayed flick gets the other one, and then the third is just Dacre in an awkward position, trying to backpedal, get the save. It can be so difficult. You even see the coordination there, Bella and Courtney almost combining for a banger of a goal off of the midfield pre-jump.
Yeah, that would have been a highlight reel for highlight reels. Had that one been completed, unfortunately not quite there, and Dacre will throw themselves out of the goal and end up ramping just a little bit. They'll collect themselves here off the ceiling, and here comes Bella on the attack. They'll throw this one off of the hexagon. It's going to be Courtney looking at the back of the net. Dacre is going to make the backflip save to keep that one out of the net and go now on transition. Has no boost to work with. Cloudy will be there. Dacre getting chased. And GENG getting put in a bit of an awkward spot to pass to Lilo. Not quite able to get that one to go.
The ramp up was there, but maybe just not getting the power shot that she was looking for, as that ball will glance well by the sideline. Down to Courtney, another weird bounce as Lila's going to have to think about it, but again, Courtney will take no invitation. She's going to make one of her own openings. Again, tries to beat it through the corner. Team Whoppa, though, even though they are locked a little bit deeper in their half, they're doing a good job. They got their first goal scored on them, and now it's just about making sure you are not being surprised, not allowing too much possession to seep on through, because you know what GENG can do with it. That shot turned away. Dacre maybe a chance at a counterattack, trying to fake out Cloudy, but the flick is not in the cards.
Yeah, as odd as it sounds, I think that Team Whoppa has actually looked like a slightly different team outside of those first 30 seconds when they got scored on. They have really locked it down, what they need to do, and they have stopped that GENG advance. They just need to get a little bit going their own way, need to get that collection, need to get that offense moving in the right direction. It's going to be Izza here on the fake, now 1v1 with Bella over the top, and it's Izza burying that one at 241.
And really important here to also make sure to get that boost and then play for the 50. Doesn't happen, that's fine. Stays locked in, says it's only a one-on-one. Just maybe slow it down and then pop it right up. It looks like an ordinary save, but Bella had a lot of options she had to cover, and she just happened to choose wrong on that duration.
And that 1v1 defense just so unbelievably difficult in that situation. And Lilo will throw this one, looking for Daiquiri. Courtney has the read off the backboard, still collects a little bit of momentum there. Back off the sidewall. Audi now getting one. Demo at midfield. Courtney taking out Daiquiri. GENG just trying to find their spot at the moment. Haven't been able to do it quite yet. Lilo's opportunity to be cut off by Courtney. GENG will take the sky.
Daiquiri again. Nice solid jump, and that's what I was talking about before. You do not want to allow these to be uncontested. Now Bella is learning the hard way that sometimes there'll be a defender right in your grill halfway through your aerial before you can really set up the dangerous play that you were looking for, and that's really the bread and butter of playing against a team like GENG, like Misfits, like Luminosity, like any of them. You have to make sure you shut down opportunities. Courtney wasn't ready for that opportunity. That one's going to go well wide of the goal on a relatively open opportunity, but ultimately doesn't really matter. Still 1-1 and plenty of time to make up for that.
Rare miscue there from GENG, but I promise you, folks, they will overcome. It will be okay. We're going to get dunked by Cloudy at midfield. Daiquiri right there. This one's on target. Courtney coming in, making the big save here. Bumping Daiquiri out of the way. Now has a one-on-one opportunity. Sees Izza into the goal. Lilo will come in, get the touch. Bella will knock it down to the sidewall. Doesn't have the boost to be there. Body will pass out to midfield. Izza is ready. They'll collect it. Will they beat Courtney? They'll get it underneath. And a big clear here now from Team Whoppa.
Ooh, Daiquiri almost been able to beat out Bella, but Bella reads that well, and now it gets the pinch into Courtney, looking for the double. Ramping around, Izza. Enough read, and now it's 2v1. Bell left alone, and Lilo actually headhunting a little bit. Tried to go for the 50, then goes away off ceiling pinch from Daiquiri. Almost caught me by surprise, as well as the defense. And though it will be turned aside, defense from both teams spectacular as we enter the final minute.
Just about every touch the Team Whoppa was getting there defensively was working out in their favor. Bella had the double flip reset, but could not keep himself on the ball as Courtney will throw this one to the backboard. That one will go a bit wide. Bella's going to be there. Will Izzy get there in time? She will. She'll make the save. Claudia's going to go up, throw this one off backboard. Here comes Courtney. This one's on target. Daiquiri ready for the save. Izzy now with the big boom. Bella all the way back. They'll make a save in front of their own net. 25 and counting.
Courtney so quick to that one. Izza plays the read so well. Bella slows down to the midfield. Cloudy might dive in, so will Daiquiri. Temporarily open net, potentially. Could this be the lead for GENG? No, because Courtney sent to the afterlife. Here comes the counter, maybe the last chance of the game. Lilo, double commit with Daiquiri. Where is the third? They're playing it safe. They're all the way in the back corner, and we might be looking at OT for game number 1.
Got a little bit nervous there in the last couple of seconds about just giving GENG a little bit too much space, but we have our first overtime of it, the afternoon, evening, morning, whatever it might be, wherever you are. It's overtime here in game at number 1 between the two. Lilo's touch to the back wall, saved by Cloudy. They're going to be there looking for Daiquiri at midfield. Bella on the 5th. It'll come straight down to Lilo's going to have an opportunity here. It'll go to Courtney. Back out to Bella on the side. Courtney with the redirect. Looking for Bella at midfield. Izza will cut it off.
Cloudy actually not going to get the touch. Daiquiri was able to bounce on through and not necessarily double commit, but both Courtney and Bella went for the same touch. It will be touched out to the corner instead. Izza has first jump on it. Looks for maybe too much of an angle and leans back far enough that the whiff comes through. Cloudy also met by Daiquiri, and this was what I was talking about from Team Whoppa. You have to get to the ball without any hesitation, and they're doing that very well. GENG has not had a clean beat out over the top in minutes.
That is something we have seen an awful lot of, as GENG just not getting that clean pass. Iffy game being there at the moment. If Izza not going to be able to make that touch, this might work out in their favor as Lilo is able to fake one, gets demoed from behind. Izza collects, doesn't have a lot of boost, but still has the control. Bella on the front side will get a touch here out to Courtney. That one's dunked by Daiquiri. Both players there on that left wall. So we'll get it back into the zone. Cloudy going to be there, has an opportunity to move something here. Izza's going to clear this one across. Don't quite have the coordination to make that offense happen. Going the other way, GENG's got a lot of coordination. Looking for Cloudy off the backboard, coming back down. Easy clear here from Lilo off backboard.
You have to see GENG, it's not they're lacking confidence, but they don't want to dive in. That was actually a great setup from Cloudy, getting a double tap. It's right in front of goal. Both Bella and Courtney decided to turn away immediately. They didn't want that first look. They'll look for something else. And how about that? Bella, a banger on target, but the last second save, keeping Team Whoppa in it. Now the other side, off the backboard, open shot, potentially Daiquiri, not able to keep it down. Lilo tucks it in, near post. How about that? Team Whoppa in the series lead.
And Daiquiri just too good there, making that clutch save, setting up Lilo, and then Lilo beating Courtney on the back line. And Team
These backflip saves, last second moments where it feels really just like you're hoping on a prayer. You're just kind of pre-flipping into it, hoping to get the saves. And then after that, the midfield was locked down. They didn't seemingly face a shot. It felt like for a full minute and a half near the end of regulation, it looked organized. And GENG Mobile 1, I'm not going to say they're panicking too much, but you got to be thinking in the back of your heads that, man, this is not ordinary, where we have to go even further beyond what we normally play just to be able to stay in a series, much less take a game.
Yeah, we've talked so many times about how important the mental game is in Rocket League. You cannot let that thought creep into the back of your head of, okay, is it really just not our day? Did we really just drop a game right there? I mean, Team Whoppa, an incredibly strong team, and GENG Mobile 1 going to have to regroup just a little bit as we move on here into game number 2. And I think they have to come out swinging right away. You cannot let Team Whoppa continue that momentum after winning game number 1. We'll see what happens on the kickoff as Cloudy will go up. They'll throw this one down. Looking for Bella. My Team Whoppa might get some possession here right off the kickoff. Courtney says, nope, that's fine, I got it.
This is something you got to shut down. Courtney had the reset off the ceiling, but it took too long to dismount, more or less. Too low. Tried to go the outside route. Instead, Izza will go straight down the center. Cut out by Courtney on the half flip, but then bumped away. That's also a component of disrupting a team like GENG. They're so organized and quick, but how do you get in the way of that? Just give them a little bit of a tap. Trade some paint, and it really messes up your ability to use your boost in a constructive way to drive straight lines, and shows on the defense here. GENG really backing up 3 players in the goal line. Still, that almost crept in.
Team Whoppa putting on that pressure, and a lot of physical play coming out from them as well. Ella will finally be able to get this one out of the GENG half, intercepted by Izza at midfield. Cloudy is ready for it, has a lot of boost and a flip to work with. This one will be pinched on target. Courtney will be there in time to make the save. Now try to come out the other way, and again, to Danger Taco, I'm just so much enjoying the speed of Team Whoppa to just get in the face of GENG Mobile 1 Black at every single opportunity and force them to beat them, and so far GENG hasn't been able to do that.
Cloudy for another touch deep, but not going to panic at all. Gathers it forward and then ramps it back up, trying to get the double tap. It's a sitter in the middle. Izza goes for the back pass instead, and Courtney actually to play interception. But again, Team Whoppa, they are not surprised by anything. They are not getting bamboozled, outsmarted. They see everything coming, and they're going for it with 100% of confidence. If you were watching this series for the first time, you're thinking Team Whoppa, they are a consummate contender. They're always in the mix, but no, this is a team that has played second fiddle to a lot of these top teams, but they're not playing like it, and that is the key. A close angle and still dealt with very well by the defense.
Yeah, hey, if it's going to be your last opportunity to make a shine for NAWCB this season, you may as well make it worth it. And this performance versus GENG is certainly that performance for Team Whoppa. There are still 3 minutes left to go. Make a statement, though, in game number 2. Put this team on notice. Izza's gonna be there. Unfortunately, is gonna hit it off the backboard. An opportunity narrowly missed for Team Whoppa. Counterattack here coming from GENG. It's Bella versus everybody, and everybody else wins.
Courtney back post, but well covered again. You had one player on front and then in the back. Lilo on the counterattack. Flip reset locked in. It actually holds it perfectly for Izza, sliding into the back post, and it's going to find the net right at the stroke of halftime. Whoppa has a lead.
Big flip reset here from Lilo, and then a bump on Cloudy, and the backside shot from Izza to finish. A great look from Team Whoppa. They get that early lead in Danger Taco. That is that momentum talking. You take game number 1. Now you've got a lead in game number 2. Absolutely riding high at this moment.
Ooh, maybe an open shot there, but it's still not going to be capitalized on, as that one's going to be ricocheted away from the ceiling. Courtney trying to do something. She's going to be able to do nothing on that attempt. And at what point, Trippin, do we start to see the sweat start coming in on GENG? When is the panic going to set in? Certainly a second goal if it goes in, but we only got 2 minutes to do something, and Daiquiri's still getting reads like that.
Quite honestly, I think the panic just showed when that open look that we both saw was there, and GENG was not able to finish. I think that is just indicative of where this panic might be just a little bit. Daiquiri trying to gain some control here onto the back line. This one cleared out to midfield. Izza looking to knock this one down. Courtney is chasing them all the way around the pitch. Izza holding on as long as they can, finding Daiquiri at midfield. A big boom towards the other side, settled down by Bella to the side wall. 90 seconds and counting as Bella takes it out. Izza going the wrong way. Bella with 0 boost, and Izza still able to come in and make the save.
He was shadow defending. Speaking of coast to coast, Izza doing it all, and Team Whoppa getting a second goal. Trippin', I can hardly believe my eyes right now.
You know what? We obviously just slept on Team Whoppa today. I mean, just coming in just a little bit late, a little bit weary, sleeping on Team Whoppa. We know from the results in June that this Team Whoppa is not one to sleep on. Hercules even said coming into the broadcast, there's no pressure on anybody, and I think that Team Whoppa is just playing without a care right now. I mean, they are just in flow state. Everything is going their way, and they are taking it to Gen G right now with a 2-goal lead.
A lot of these touchers are so intelligent as well. This one, maybe not one of them, as this is going to lay it down, but it's fine. Daiquiri has her back. Another clutch save on the goal line. Also going to get another one with Lilo, but that's what I'm talking about. The touches, even if they seem weaker sometimes on defense, they have a player immediately on it. The comms are on lock, and it's showing from them. They're getting a lot of great saves and reads on everything. It's so difficult for Gen G to even touch the ball in a constructive way, much less anything else. Finally, we will have 1 goal creep through, but it took some doing.
I think that's just kind of the result of if you just throw enough times at the bowling pins, eventually they're going to have to start falling. Eventually, you're going to find the net, and I think that's a little bit more of what Gen G got right there. Wasn't the cleanest goal in the world, but it still gets them on the board here, and Courtney will throw this one to the back while looking for a quick response to get this one tied up. Not going to find it. Lilo looking for Izza to the backboard. Courtney will collect, bring this one around the horn. Gen G looking again with Bella to start things off, and now coming the other way here is Team Whoppa. They beat Cloudy. It's Lilo looking at a wide open net. They'll find a 3rd goal with 15 left on the clock. Unbelievable.
A Team Whoppa whooping is what we're watching right now. This is clinical. 9 shots might not be the best conversion rate, but they're making them count when it matters. In the one-on-one, poor Cloudy feeling like she has to challenge. She goes midway, but that's exactly what Lilo was waiting for. The gentle flick over, and then the easy tap in. 10 seconds remaining, still maybe a shadow of a chance, but it has to go in right now, and that is not what is going to end up happening. Team Whoppa on to match point in round 3.
Yeah, without a reverse sweep here from Gen G, we're going to see a 2-1 Gen G team in Swiss. Something that we have not seen for a while. Courtney doing everything they can, put 5 on target, but it was just not enough. Lilo getting that one sneaky goal there at the end. 3 big saves for Lilo as well. The 9 shots on target. I think, Taco, you take 30% conversion rate against Gen G every single time.
That's really the standard, I think, for a lot of games. I would really venture to guess in most wins, if you look at the team that was able to take a dub, you're usually going to be scoring about 30%, or at least that's the efficiency you're looking for. Anything better than that is great to have, but ultimately, if you have enough pressure and you have enough shots on target, if you have that 30%, you're getting 3 goals, it means you're pouring on the pressure in spades, whereas Gen G felt like they were getting right to the precipice and a save would come through. They need to implement demos, they need to implement more passes, because right now, it seems like they are playing in ordinary fashion, but it's an unordinarily extreme performance, pop-off even, from Team Whoppa that is producing these results.
Yeah, Team Whoppa absolutely peaking right now. There's no doubt about it. And Gen G just struggling to find an answer for anything that Team Whoppa has done. It's one of those situations where if you're sitting in game, you're just watching, how is it every single time they touch the ball, it's perfect? Why is it always going in the best possible spot for them and the worst possible state for us? The Rocket League game just getting into them a little bit. And now on notice here is Gen G Mobile 1 Black. They are down 0-2 in the Swiss. There's so plenty of time for them to get back into it, but Team Whoppa looking to be one of 2 teams to go in at 3-0.
And the other one being Misfits on the other side of the upper bracket of Swiss. We do have Misfits going 3-0 over Luminosity, so apparently all good for the number 2 team in NA rankings, but apparently everything's in peril if you're Gen G. Courtney had to pull out a squishy save to be able to get that one through, and only settled for 50 as she got to mid.
We're seeing a couple of car changes too on the Gen G side. The serious faces on, I think, a little bit. They know what they need to do in order to get out of this one and stop the momentum that Team Whoppa have had. Lilo's cross finding Izza. all the way across the pitch. Cloudy with no boost to work with here are not going to be able to make that touch. They will get the boost at least. Bella has a bit. It's a shot on target. It'll be saved straight up by Lilo. Daiquiri there to take that opportunity away. It's Bella who's rushing back. Will we see this one get out in time? No, we will not.
Right down the middle, but Daiquiri with the cut in behind Courtney. So now here comes Izza from a tough angle. It's just tap down to Near. Triple commit nearly from GENG. If you wanted an insight into how they're feeling, I suppose you just saw it.
Knocked out in front. Bell with the touch off the side wall. Lilo there looking for Daiquiri at midfield, looking for the joint, looking for anything to find it into the goal. They won't be able to. Courtney clearing it all the way across. Izza will now collect for a minute and a half here of game number 3. No goals yet. Looming for that one is Lilo. It's on target. Courtney with the clutch save. Bella up at the backboard with a whopping 6 boosts to their name. It's not going to make too much of a difference as Team Whoppa not able to find the net on that opportunity.
Daiquiri to the ceiling. Lilo quickly rising to the occasion. Into the corner is another shot. The contacts have gotten better and better. In game 1, it felt like the shots were all over the place, but now it seems like Team Whoppa has been able to really lock in and always put them top shelf. GENG very much put on notice, and in their own regard on offense, it seems like they can't get past that first line. There's another attempt from Courtney trying to get that speed in, but it's just met with a flawless 50.
Every single time Team Whoppa has needed to be somewhere, that's exactly what they have done so far in this matchup. As we hit halftime, Lilo's the one with the control. It's Daiquiri right next to them on the wing. There's a demo on the net. Izza's touch will go all the way to Bella on the back wall. Daiquiri will come up to challenge. Lilo will cut it off at midfield. It'll go over the top of Courtney. An opportunity looming here. Lilo looking for the pass. It's going to be Izza on the side wall. Looking for midfield, looking for Daiquiri. There's the touch. It's on target. Still in control. Izza gets a shot on target, but no goal.
Hate it when the crossbar is just a little bit too low for your liking. Izzo with fantastic control to be able to carry that one all the way up right to the goal line. Unfortunately, just not able to fit it through. Again, the pressure is still very much on that side. GENG Mobile 1, 2 shots compared to the 6 of Team Whoppa. They're very much understanding that if you have a team on the run, you want to keep them on that really warning note, because it seems like GENG is definitely making sure that the rotations are secure. A lot of half rotations they don't want to press in if they don't have to.
Keep them on that back foot, keep that pressure up. Is a collect boost all the way back. Gets it over the top of the first one. Bella will intercept at midfield. Daiquiri going up, going to be taken away from them. Lilo pushing upfield. Daiquiri right there on the 50 with court. It'll come straight down in front of the net for Lilo with 14 boosts to work with. They're not able to make the touch. Cloudy will settle things down. Daiquiri right there. Continuing this one is Izza. All the way across looking for Daiquiri. That touch is going to go off the top of Courtney's car. Ella will be there on the sidewall. Team Whoppa now really starting to pound the net. Not able to find the goal at the moment. It's still right there in front. Here comes Daiquiri, but Courtney's going to have to beat.
One thing I really appreciate about Team Whoppa is that they're actually spacing rotations really well, in that it's not always just shot, 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 shot. It is shot, shot, back up, let the clear come in, then send it right back in. And it's allowing them to endure on these offenses before running out of boost. Thing is, everything can change if the defense doesn't stay in line. We keep complimenting Team Whoppa, but again, it is still 0-0. This is not a one-sided game. It is still anyone's affair to be able to take the lead in, so long as one shot can be just good enough. Izza trying to provide it, but again, going to be deflected away.
I think this is where the pressure really starts to mount, though, on both sides. Mentally taxing if you're Team Whoppa to know you are 1 goal away from sweeping one of the best teams in WCB. A 15-second pass out to Lilo at midfield will be denied as well. It's still right there. And for GENG, they're on the edge of getting swept themselves. Cloudy upfield, looking for Courtney, not going to find it. Lilo versus the open net. Will they be able to make the read off backboard? It'll come back down to Izza. It's on target, saved by Bella. 0-second opportunity now will be dunked at midfield. And we've got overtime again, Danger Taco.
As you mentioned, words that might hit the ears a little bit weird of WCB fans everywhere, that GENG might be getting swept. Lilo on the open dribble, not able to get it around Bella. How about Izza? Flip reset in the back pocket, but not enough momentum to use it back to mid. A scary call right off kickoff.
One was looming big time. Thought for sure we had the game ender right there, but instead we continue wanting a golden goal situation here. GENG on the verge of getting swept. Team Whoppa trying to be the ones to take them out. 0-0 line. It's Dacry who's going to get beaten here. Here's Izon. A pop shot is going to go on target. Courtney going to get the save off the ceiling. Will they be able to beat Lilo? No. It's a nice dunk in front. Bella is right there. Bounce back in front of the box. He's going to have some control here. Courtney will be the one finally to clear it out.
Courtney trying to just fight through everybody. Izza going to the corner. Is that the mistake? It's off the bar. Bella with the putback. It's another miracle save. Izza doing it all. Even when it seems like she has strayed too far in previous games, she's still able to get back.
The save mechanics here from Team Whoppa have been absolutely on point. The number of times they've come in and make the dive, make the clutch save, absolutely ridiculous at this point. It's Cloudy in the corner. They'll knock this one down. Pop it up over the top. Looking for Courtney at midfield. The redirect will go just a little bit long off the back wall. Cloudy on the 50, back out in front of the net. It's going to be Lilo versus Bella. We've seen this episode before. It's Lilo who wins it this time. Courtney will go grab boost in the middle. They'll get demoed for the effort. It's over the top of Dacry and cleared by Izza.
Touch as maybe these misses are going to become incredibly costly, which is why the mechanics are always having to be on point. Dacry to the open space, but only into Cloudy. Courtney looking like she wants to slow things down. Problem is, maybe the insta challenge is getting to her a little bit. That insta flick is not going to work out. Bella has to rescue this one. Maybe a double commit. Courtney knows that's wide open. It's still not on target, though. The open net was beckoning, but no one answers the call. Cloudy trying to fix it, but also not going to be able to get past that last line of defense.
That is absolute pain if you are GENG. That opportunity going into the wayside. And now we're going to see Team Whoppa grabbing 100 boosts in the corner here with Dacry. It's Courtney challenging off the ceiling. Lilo going to be there. A double demo right in front. A smoke screen to the back wall. It's Lilo out in front looking for Izza. A light shot is on target. It's going to be just narrowly missed. Bella going to get the bump. Dacry on target. Cloud with the clutch save. Izza coming in for one. That one's not going to go. Lilo will go top shelf. And Team Whoppa sweeps GENG in the 2-0 and they move on to tomorrow.
Team Whoppa coming in clutch, not just being able to play up to form, but sweeping the #1 team in NA in round 3. They will be joining Misfits tomorrow, and I gotta say, one of the most incredible series, improbable series I've ever had the pleasure of casting.
I mean, you could tell from the onset, none of us believed that Team Whoppa would be the ones coming away with this victory. But again, absolutely played on peak every single second of this match. I mean, this highlight reel is really just going to be watching what Team Whoppa was able to do. They're going to look like open nets, but the way they developed those plays consistently led to those opportunities. It wasn't GENG mistakes. It was Team Whoppa playing that well.
100%. I love that you mentioned that, and that a lot of players might think and say, really, GENG through? Not even close. Team Whoppa looked incredible. Yes, they faced some saves at times. Yeah, there were some close calls, but outside of one open net shot, I would say 0 chokes from GENG. They were just having to really contend with the Team Whoppa team, playing fast, playing confident, and more importantly than anything else, they were playing with a lot of aggression. There was no space for GENG to move into, and I think that really got to them. It was